Hello there, I'm Andy, I'm the founder of Fleet Evolution. Now, anybody that knows me knows I have two great passions in life. The first passion is electric cars. The second passion is snowboarding and anything to do with snow. So I decided this year to combine those passions. I've often done snowboarding holidays or ski holidays with the children where we've gone using plug-in hybrids, and that was pre-COVID. Post-COVID, as charging infrastructure's got so much better and cars have got so much more range, I actually thought now's the time to just put what I preach into practice. Let's see how doable it is to take an electric car, which I regularly take to Scotland, Cornwall, places like that, actually down to the Alps, and see how doable it is to do a snowboard holiday. So this is the result. Just to give you some background, we did two different trips. We did my family, and we went in an Audi E-Tron 55, so fairly large vehicle, about 200-mile range, perfect for a family of 5. And my friend from the village where I'm based, who has 3 children in the exact same year groups as my children, took his family in his Ford S-Max, a diesel vehicle, just to see what the comparison would be in terms of experience, in terms of time, and in terms of cost. I think the result will shock you. There are aspects of it which really shocked me, so please watch this video just to learn more. And if you want to know more about our salary sacrifice scheme, which makes things much more affordable, please just follow the link in the footer. Thank you. So here we are, seem familiar to most who've got children. So car which at the moment isn't doing too bad. Actually, even an E-Tron, I can't show you, but there's absolutely loads of stuff under that backboard. I'll show you when I unpack it because I forgot to do it beforehand. With the car on charge, so when we leave tomorrow morning we'll have 200 miles ready to go, which will get us close for ferry, but we're stopping for breakfast quite a way away, so we can get straight to the ferry. Yeah, so all ready, well not ready, but we started to get ready for our road trip to France, and I've got the usual feeling that actually we've got loads of room in the car, everything's going to be fine. Let's see how long that lasts. So slight hiccup when we started as we got here, because all of these charge points were free, so we tried a grid serve which was charging at about 30 kilowatts, but then grabbed some quick breakfast and we're now charging 150 kilowatts in this car, so 26 minutes to full, but it's probably more like 10 minutes to 80%. So, and then on to Dover and then see where we go from there. School holidays, but just showing up at Ionisay. First issue we've really had with Ionisay in France, but quite full, so we'll just wait. They're fast chargers, so people shouldn't be here more than 20 minutes. In fact, there's somebody going now, and this van in front of me, this diesel van, Brave, bringing it all the way down here, I think, unless it's got good range, is going to pull in for a charge, and then it'll be me, yay! Of course, even if you're in planet destroying, well, it's not happy to be there, even if you're in planet destroying diesels and petrols, you've still got a queue for an age, but unfortunately related to this one, I've got a queue with them just for a little bit so I can get past. Okay, so I'm still south of Dijon, I think. I think I'm south of Dijon. No, I'm not. I'm north of Dijon, sorry. I'll be south of Dijon afterwards. We've moved from that one, which was charging at 50 kilowatts. It is a bit nuts. It's Easter holidays, so everybody's descending on France. The services are absolutely chocker, but we moved and you can see the difference. So in 2 minutes, we've added another 8%, which is roughly, in this car, 8%, about 20 miles in literally 2 minutes. So that's, I've got that maths right? Yes. Yeah, it's actually 7 kilowatts, so it's adding about 16 miles in this particular car, because it's a big heavy car, so not most efficient, but I don't care. I'll get my stuff from there for holiday, so that's fine. So yeah, 3 minutes. We'll be here for probably about 25 minutes when we'll be pretty much full, maybe 22, 23, and then we'll be shooting on to south of Dijon and give an update on it. It's absolutely vile. Every time I come to France, it's gloriously summer, and I've come a little bit unprepared. So as you can see, so a little bit unprepared here with clothing. There we go. The family so far are patient, so it's been good fun. We are behind now our diesel fellow family that are travelling down here, but we're comparing ourselves to yesterday's picture. So the diesel guys will be behind, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what time we get to results after those guys. I know they spent a fortune, and I've spent so far about £40 getting down here. So the cost comparison is huge. Well, post those up in the video. I'll see you next stop, guys. Okay, so just arrived at Aire de Saint-Aubin, which is just north of Lyon. It's about 12, so making decent time. It's actually stopped raining, although if you look up there, there's still lots of clouds. Interestingly, Shell Recharge. Now Shell are putting charging in here, I'm told, as well. So we'll have charging soon. We're not quite sure where, but again, and now we've had a bit further out of the crazy zone. Yeah, we used about 65%, and yeah, it's dropping about 80 all the way, and we're charging 143 kilowatt. 7 here, and I've got here. There's one space, so this is, like I say, Easter time, so it's full of books. There's one space. Actually, I'm saying that this one is not full of books. So I'm just going to further say people coming off maybe to go to Geneva and other parts. So this one is not as full of books as I've seen everywhere else. But yeah, we've got, I think, about 500 kilometres to go to get to our resort. So there'll be probably 2 or 3 stops, because obviously what we intend to do is coincide the stops when the kids need to stop, come for break or something else like that. We could do it with just one more stop after this, but maybe 2 or 3 just to coincide with comfort breaks and everything else. So we should be done here in about 20 minutes to get to the next stop, which is over towards the Alps. So there we go, after 22 minutes I am back up to 82%, which is 230 kilometres, 240 kilometres, and I can't do the maths on that, but it's plenty enough to get me to my next charge point and lunch stop with the kids. Absolutely glorious now. France is so vast. I mean, obviously you see a big difference going from north to south of London, but 15 degrees, very much t-shirt weather. Off for the next bit of this journey. It has to be said as well, the E-Tron, such a comfortable drive. I've done this drive many times in diesels, originally and plug-in hybrids, but this is such a comfortable drive for me and the kids. It's been a real joy to drive. I'm really, really impressed. Right, so we've got 133 miles now. We're about 90 miles away from the nearest charge stop, which is at Sisteron, or the nearest fast charger, or very fast charger. There is one actually in the village, but I want to see how we get on going down the hill. So we're going to say goodbye to Val D'Allos, which unfortunately said goodbye to the snow during our week of it. That's our family that we're travelling with, the other family.
Hello.
So they're travelling in a diesel. Hello, Alex.
Hello.
So they're travelling in a diesel. They'll leave about half an hour after us. So we'll see how we get on cost and time-wise for this leg. We're stopping just south of Paris today. So we'll be on the road for about 9 hours, 10 and a half with charging probably, depending on traffic, because it's Easter Sunday, so there's lots of other people coming off the hill. Okay, so that's a short stop just to get some fruit and drinks from Super U, and the car is topped up, ready to go. We didn't need a stop. We could have got to the next services, which are about another 120 miles away, without any drama, but it just made sense. So we're ready to go now. We're 94% full, which shows you again how convenient it all can be. Hello all, so a little bit further on, about 220 miles from our first destination, we're at Val D'Allos, which is just around Lyon area. A couple of hiccups here. First hiccup, very twisty road on the Alps. My son has been travel sick. We've never had an issue with that with the E-Tron before, and I think it's probably because he was on his iPad, but he's been travel sick. Second issue was, the app integrates with Google Maps, and Google Maps brought me to that gate there, so I could see the charge points. I couldn't actually get to the charge points, so we had to come off, loop back round, come back south, and then head back north. So 10-minute hassle, but I've used about 50 kilowatt to get 200 mile. No, 40 kilowatt. Sorry, 40 kilowatt to get 220 mile. So 220 miles cost me about £12. I'm charging 138 kilowatts, so it's going to be really quick. And we're just going to have a picnic here, 'cause unlike the trip down, it's a glorious day. Okay, so the next stop will be, I think, just before we turn off towards Paris, and I'll give you an update from there. We've got about another hour and 40. This time I'm just going to charge because I need to. So my children normally wouldn't stop, so this would be, if you're making a journey with a car full of kids, this would, although I'm saying that, my daughter over there, somewhere, there she is, does need a comfort break, so she'll probably be gone about 10 minutes, I'm guessing. So this will be a longer journey now than if you were coming with a petrol or diesel vehicle. Other than that, really, all the breaks we've made so far, the vast majority on the way down, and then all the ones today on the way back, have been breaks you'd make anyway if you've got a car full of kids. So, and again, just making great time. This one's charging quick. I've got about 50 miles left, so 24% in this car. Like I said, it's built for carrying lots of people and for performance. It's not really built for aerodynamics. There are a lot more efficient electric cars, but probably not quite as comfy. If you're in, I won't mention names, but if you're in other vehicles, they wouldn't be as comfy as this. Literally, it's just eating the miles up, no problem whatsoever. This will be full in about, well, it'll be about 90%, 80-90% in about 30 minutes, maybe a touch just under, which gives plenty to get to our hotel. And then what I will do is I'll then just check if I can charge near the hotel on a slow charger overnight, which means I've got plenty to get into Paris tomorrow and then get to Calais. So, interesting real example here of high-speed charging. So we've got my one, which is an E-Tron, and I'm currently charging at 137 kilowatt. Now there's people in the other vehicles, so I can't re-go past, but a BMW X at the end, and that's recharging at 140 kilowatt. I'm not sure what the maximum is. And then we've got an EV6, and that's recharging at 240 kilowatt. So just to give you some real world idea, in half an hour I'll get 150 miles in my car. I'll get 150 in about 20 minutes, and the end one again about 150 miles in about half an hour. So really simple. That's to get you to about gets you to about 80%. Yeah, some pretty pretty quick charging going on here. So it's our last day in France. We're on our way back. Well, we're on our way back to Paris. We just stopped at a hotel just over. Oh, how do I switch it? Just over there. I'm useless at this kind of thing, but I'm giving it my best go. And we are now charging the car. So literally 3-minute drive from the hotel. I've managed to just find an Intermarché, which has 120 kilowatt charger. I will pay about £15 for a full charge here. It's charging here. I'll add a screen grab of how fast it's charging my car. It's 120 kilowatt charger, so my car can charge quicker. But yeah, just don't need to. We're staying for breakfast, so you'll find lots of hotels that have slow chargers actually at the hotel, and sometimes they're free. I use a hotel, for example, at Fistral Beach all the time, where you can stay in the hotel and then charge for free. You'll find ones like this which are chargeable just off site, normally it's supermarkets. Lidl here just down the road has got loads. Leclerc just down the road has got 2. There's quite a lot around, and once again, as you see in France, just nobody's here. There's nobody here. There's another charge point there. They can both charge 2 cars. They're not busy whatsoever. So yeah, just again, if you're planning a road trip in an electric car, don't hesitate, guys. It's fast, it's convenient, it's a lot more cost effective than petrol or diesel, and it's so simple. The car will be ready to get to Calais with a stopover in Paris by the time I am, and hopefully, parking permitting, I'll be able to show you some on-street charging in Paris as well. Okay, so just arrived north of Compagnon, and if that sounds familiar, it's where the armistice was signed. I've just seen signs for it. Best thing about French motorways is that you have all the kind of signs of, or the worst thing, you have all the kind of signs of local tourist attractions that quite a lot of times me and my wife might think, oh, let's come back and drag our long-suffering kids to go around chateaus and places, Chantilly and places like that, and Carcassonne, that are absolutely beautiful. And just tried these. You can either access these with Shell app or with the E-Tron app, which I use. Well, we use both of those. And yeah, 175 kilowatts. So my car couldn't quite charge that quickly, but I should be going 150 kilowatts. I'll report back, so it's not telling over the screen. So I'll report back what it's actually giving me in a second. I'll have a quick look on the app, and I'll add a shot of the screen there. But we've got about 130 miles to Calais, and then obviously we just want to get some distance. We like to stop at common services because they're honestly there. There's lots and lots of places to eat there, so we're due for a meal there unless we eat on the ferry, which we're not overly keen on. Those of you who've had ferry food, but at least the sea won't be quite as choppy as it was on the way over. But we'll eat at common services, so we just need a charge to get there. So we need around 180 miles if we like that to get there. So that should be fine. We've got to top up to about 210 miles on this, which gives us the ability to kind of have floors if we need to. Yeah, so beautiful day again, all in all. It's been a really good trip to France. I can't believe how simple charging is in France. Again, there's lots of charge points free. Well, there's 3 charge points free, and one person has got a plug-in hybrid there. I think he just tries to advise us a colleague on how to use it. I've advised him to use the shower. That's the only slight thing. You know, you do some of these charge points in France, I've noticed you do need apps for them or cards, which I'm okay with. But for some people used to UK, where most things you can pay kind of just contactless payments, it seems slightly different in France, so you do need to set up the accounts. But Shell Recharge, I use the Audi E-Tron account I use, and you don't need to have an Audi for that. You can use them with any type of card, and they work really well. The Shell Recharge one is, there's no monthly fee, so if you only make a trip once in the blue moon, then that works really well for you. It shows you the speed, shows you the availability, and you just pay on the app. Okay, so just to summarise that, it was an amazing trip, really, for a few reasons. First of all, amazing because we hear so many rumours that you can't charge anywhere, there's no infrastructure, and electric cars are useless in the cold. And certainly for the Audi, those were completely debunked. I do freely admit some electric cars struggle slightly more in the cold, but for the Audi, we lost maybe 5% of our range, although certainly as you saw when we got to Val D'Allos, it wasn't actually that cold there. In fact, we could have done with slightly more snow. End of season, global warming, talk about whatever you want, but yeah, we were struggling for a bit of snow when we got there. But the two amazing takeouts were, first of all, the time difference. Obviously, this is going with another family, so they stop the breaks every kind of 3 hours. With children, you tend to do that. But literally, it took us 40 minutes longer there and back in our electric car compared to the family in the diesel. But offset that for a second, we spent £217 on electricity, and that was stopping at Ionity charge points mainly, a couple of others, a couple of free ones that we found. The family travelling in the diesel vehicle spent £497 on diesel. Now, we've already had comments on this when we posted it on LinkedIn and other things, people saying, yes, but you're stuck on the toll roads, you could have came off. Yes, we could have came off and got cheaper diesel. We could also come off and charge the car for free on slower charge points potentially. So we just did a very, very, very straight comparison between the two, just to see how it works. I was amazed by the infrastructure in France. I was amazed by the cost saving, to be brutally honest. If you go back kind of 20 years to 30-year-old me, when I used to do this journey, just stopping once for diesel, I think that cost saving would actually make me make the move to electric, because yes, the time difference would have been slightly larger if I'd just made one petrol or diesel stop, but actually that financial saving is absolutely huge. It's just been a brilliant exercise. Again, if you want more information on our salary sacrifice car scheme, which can make things like this achievable for a much lower budget, much lower cost to you, typically 40% cheaper than retail, then please click on the link. Or if you want to download our information on how to charge electric cars, then please download our link on that. The key to charging electric cars, guys, is just don't stop when you need to stop. Stop when the infrastructure is perfect around you. So factor those stops in every kind of 2.5 hours, like we did this trip. Hope you found the video really useful. Please don't critique my snowboarding. I don't think there's many clips in there because most of them I was on my bum. But the children loved it, we loved it, and hopefully, if more of us can make the move to electric, the disappearing snow on ski slopes will be something we don't need to worry about as much going forward.